Good morning. Tracy Gary coming at you live from Shawnee. And guess what? Today I am in the backyard. The sun is behind the clouds, and so this is actually going to be great. Just a little bit about the backyard. Part of the reason that we actually, hi Ron, part of the reason that we actually bought this particular house was because we are in the city, but we have a fairly good sized lot and we have a lot of space behind us. And so that's part of the reason we love it and part of the reason I like to come out here. And today the predator has apparently moved on. And so for those of you that are scratching your head and you have no idea what I'm talking about, take a look at yesterday's live and I explained that. Just to give you a little bit of an insight into what I want to talk to you about today is how you can find time. So I know for myself and many individuals that I talk with, the most common thing I hear from them is, I wish I had more time, or I don't have enough time. And what I have found is a lot of times I don't think that we look at our time in individual pockets of time. And so what I mean about that is, if you look at your time holistically and you are very busy and you've got a lot going on, then of course you have no time. You can't imagine finding any extra time. But if you really break down the time that you, or what you're doing with your time, hey Veronica, hey David, Nikisha, if you look at that, I think you're going to find more time than you originally thought you had. For me, an example is, I'm a girl, obviously, and so it takes me a little bit longer to get ready in the morning. Hi, Steve. When I'm getting ready in the morning, I listen to either a book on audio or I might listen to some type of training. Do any of the rest of you do that? Do you, when you're getting ready, do you listen to some sort of personal development? If so, drop me a yes. The other thing I do is, and I know most of you have probably heard this before, I actually do use my car as an auto university. So same type of thing. I will listen to tapes on, or books on audio, and or I will listen to some sort of training, podcast, webinar as well. It actually helps me because I don't even feel like I'm spending time doing something that I shouldn't be doing. I'm actually helping myself grow. I do know that some folks make phone calls when they're driving. I hesitate to do that a little bit, mostly because I'm a pretty cautious driver and I've known to maybe not pay attention. So, but I know a lot of people do use that time on the road to make phone calls. The other thing that I would ask you when you look at your time and what you're doing is, and this actually made me really think about my time differently. If you had to spend $10 a minute, think about that, $10 a minute, would you pay that $10 or would it be worth whatever it is you're doing? So that's something really to think about. If you are watching TV, and I'm not telling you can't watch TV, because I do know that for some folks that is a way for you to decompress. But if you're spending your time watching TV and you had to pay $10 a minute for that, is there something else that you could be doing that maybe would be making you $10? So look at your time in that manner. Think of every minute and really pay attention, because that's what I had to do. I actually had to pay attention to every minute and what I was doing and how I was spending my time, and now I use that time differently. Does that make sense to anybody? So if for those of you that are tuning in, does that make sense to you? Okay, I'm seeing a couple of yeses. Oh, $10 a minute, yes. Okay, so if you will, think about this as you go through the day. And I am willing to bet that many of you are going to find some time that you didn't have, and then the next step is using that time in a manner that's going to benefit you. And that could be personal development, that could be building a business, that could be reaching out to a loved one, spending time with family, whatever it is that's most important to you. But you can use that time differently. So that's it for today. Again, if you have not seen any of my previous videos or any of my blogs, I invite you to go check out my website, www.tracygary.com. And I also would appreciate it if you think there are others that could get value out of this. Please share it with them. I am going to be going live pretty often, so I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. There's a little button on the bottom. Hi, Pat. Go ahead and subscribe to that. I would appreciate that as well. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and drop comments in here through the thought process, and if you are able to answer any of the questions I've asked. So go have a fantastic day, and as I like to say, be bold, be confident, and most importantly, have fun. Have a good day.